Have you ever felt completely stuck when things get tough? It's almost never because you can't handle it. It's usually because you don't have a plan. Well, today we're laying out that exact blueprint. This is the framework for turning hardship into your greatest weapon.
First things first, let's get real. Life is hard. It's a fundamental truth our source material really hammers home. And you know what? Just accepting that, just acknowledging it, that's the very first step. Pretending everything is perfect, that gets you absolutely nowhere. And this is the big distinction we have to make. Hardship is coming. That's a given. It's going to test you, it's going to try to knock you down. But look at those last three words. If you let it. That's where your power is. Suddenly, it's not a sentence, it's a choice. Okay, so what do? Knowing that life is tough isn't enough. We need a game plan. How do you actually stand up and fight back? How do you keep moving forward when you get hit? Let's build that strategy right now. The battle always begins inside your own head. Before you can take a single action, you've got to make a fundamental shift in how you think. This first part of our blueprint is all about building that unshakable inner foundation. So really, you have a stark choice. Look at the two paths here. On one side, you've got the status quo, normality. It's described as being alive, but not really living. It's a kind of death. But on the other side, that's growth. It's the only way forward. It means you're facing your fears, you're becoming your own light. And that's exactly why the comfort zone is so incredibly dangerous. I mean, it sounds nice, right? Comfort. But it's a trap. It's where potential goes to die. Any real progress, any discovery of what you're actually made of, only happens when you step outside of it. So, what keeps you pushing? You build what's called an indomitable will. And here's the absolute key. This is not some magical gift you're born with. It's a muscle, simple as that. And how do you build a muscle? Through resistance. You exercise it against fear, against failure, and it gets stronger every single time. All right, so if building that will is like going to the gym, what's the workout? Well, it means you have to totally change your relationship with the two things most of us spend our entire lives running away from. Fear and failure, your best friends. Yeah, I know, it sounds completely backwards, doesn't it? But think about the logic here. Instead of treating them like enemies you have to beat, you reframe them. They become your partners. They're essential for your growth. You learn to welcome them. But why on earth would you do that? Because failure isn't the end of the road. It's the road itself. It's the only thing that actually moves the needle forward. It's proof that you're in the game, that you're pushing. And it's the #1 workout for that indomitable will we were just talking about. And listen, here's something you have to remember when you're in the thick of it. If you're trying to do something meaningful, people are probably going to misunderstand you. They might think you're crazy. But feeling like an outcast, that isn't a sign you're wrong. Historically, it's a sign you're on the exact same path every hero has ever walked. Okay, mindset is locked in, belief is there. Now we get to the really practical part. This is where we turn ideas into action. This is the ownership mandate. This right here, this is the golden rule. It's the core of the entire blueprint. Extreme ownership. It means you stop making excuses. You stop pointing fingers. Everything that happens in your world, the good, the bad, all of it starts and ends with you. So how does this work in practice? Well, it's a simple 4-step process. First, you own your mistakes. No ego involved. Just, yep, that was on me. Second, you own the problems. They are now your responsibility. Third, and this is huge, you own the solutions. You're the one who's going to fix it. And finally, when you do all that, you own your life. You're in control of your mission, your future, your victory. It all flows from that first decision to take responsibility. You see, this whole ownership thing is tied directly to self-worth. It's basically saying, I know my value, and I'm not going to let excuses or other people define it for me. But knowing it isn't enough. You have to be willing to prove it. You've got to be willing to take the hits and just keep getting back up. So let's bring it all home. We've talked about the power of belief, making friends with failure, taking extreme ownership. These aren't just random ideas. They are pieces of a machine. And they all work together to get you to one place. And this right here is the absolute heart of resilience. True strength isn't about how much you can dish out. It's about how much you can take and still get up, still move forward. It's about your endurance, your persistence, your flat-out refusal to stay down. And that brings us to the final piece of the mindset. The fight is not over when you're tired. It's not over when you get knocked down. It's not over when you feel like you can't go another step. It's over when you win. Period. That's the only finish line. So, the blueprint is on the table. The principles are clear. There's only one question left, and it's for you. This isn't just about feeling inspired for a few minutes. It's about taking action. So with this plan in front of you, what's your next move?